All right. Well, here we are. Week 6. Every week I pick all the games with my friends, right? I was 13 and 0 up until the game that you find people just watch on Monday Night Football. 13 and 0. The Jets didn't lose this game because Aaron Rodgers threw the interception. The Jets did everything right. The defense played well. The officiating, the penalties, the stupid penalties. The biggest one was the holding one. Brees Hall scores, call it back. And then Zerline misses the field goal. Well, after all that, Jets fire the head coach, new offensive coordinator. They look good. They played really well. Had a chance to win, should have won that game. That game should not have been 23-20. The 2 missed field goals. It wasn't just the Jets either. Buffalo just, wow. So the Jets are now 2-4. They should be tied. They should be in first place. Excuse the hair. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say about this team. I mean, with all the expectations at the beginning of the year, and now we're sitting at 2-4. You already fired the coach. So what else are you going to do now? You're going to bench Aaron Rodgers? I don't think so. I am beyond. And I could have been 14-0 the entire week. 14-0. I've been picking the games with my friends for a long time, and I've never had an undefeated perfect week. And I was this close, man. And some of those penalties, okay, fine. Some of those penalties were legit. There's some of them though. You kind of look at it and you say to yourself, huh? It was like every time. Like I said, it wasn't just the Jets. It was Buffalo too. It was a very sloppy game for both teams, but somehow or another, the Jets got shafted, big time. This was a game they should have won. And it was self-inflicted too. Zerline missed the 2 field goals. Buffalo made a lot of mistakes, although there was only 1 turnover in the game, and that was the Aaron Rodgers interception with 2 minutes to go. Buffalo is now 4-3 rather, and they keep first place in the AFC. Jets are now 2-4. They got to go to Pittsburgh next week, and I'm telling you, I'm starting to lose faith. I don't know. It's like every year with this team, we can't handle success. We get a little taste. It's like when a guy hasn't had sex in a long time and he finally gets some. He can't handle it. Maybe that wasn't the proper analogy, but y'all know what I mean. 2-4. Let's get to the Giants. We'll go through the rest of what happened on Sunday, and don't think I forgot about what happened in the Bronx and in LA earlier today. The Giants lose 17-7 to the Cincinnati Bengals on an ugly Sunday night game. Daniel Jones is now 1-14 in primetime. Right? Giants finally broke through scoring at home. Joe Burrow looks good. Cincinnati was desperate. I'm looking for my sports app here. Cincinnati was desperate. They were 1-4. They'd come off a tough loss in Baltimore. To Baltimore. And they needed to win. And they did what they had to do with some help from the Giants. Giants dropped to 2-4. Cincinnati improves to 2-4. 17-7, the final at MetLife Sunday night. Now, let's get to what happened yesterday with the other teams. Now, remember, I told y'all I was perfect all day yesterday. We start with the game in London, which I did not wake up for. Jacksonville, Buffalo, who gives a shit? 35-16. The Bears are 4-2. Caleb Williams every week just keeps improving. This kid is really impressing me. Him and the rookie Daniels from Washington. We'll get to him in a second. Let's see what he did yesterday. 23 of 29, 226, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Played well. Doug Peterson is on the hot seat now. Jacksonville is now 1-5, and if there was ever a coach that's on the hot seat, it's Doug Peterson. I think if this keeps up, he's going to be canned. He's the most likely candidate to be fired. 35-16 Buffalo. See, I'm still pissed. I'll have a few more Jet comments. 35-16. Chicago is 4-2. Jacksonville is 1-5. 51-27 Tampa Bay over the Saints. This was I thought it was going to be one of those back and forth shootouts. It was for Tampa Bay. 17-0 after the first quarter. Tampa Bay is looking sharp. Mayfield is killing it. Saints come back with 27 in the second quarter, 20 unanswered at one point. No Derek Carr for the Saints. They got hurt on Monday night. Spencer Rattler, the rookie, 22 of 40, 243, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. He looked good. That second quarter when they scored 20 in a row, he was looking good. Mayfield, 24 of 36, 325, 4 touchdowns. Tampa puts it away with 20 in the fourth. 51 points for the Buccaneers. They improved to 4-2. The Saints, after that 2-0 start, 2-4. Now you have to wonder how the Saints are gonna, what's gonna happen. They got Denver on Thursday night, so this coming Thursday. So let's see what happens. 51-27, the final in New Orleans. Packers 34, Cardinals 13. Ho-hum. Packers took care of business yesterday, did what they had to do. Arizona, not looking good. Jordan Love, ever since the injury, he's come back, he's looked fine. Dobbs catches 2 touchdown passes, he was suspended. Came back and catches 2 touchdown passes. Love, 23 of 32, 258, 4 touchdowns. Impressive performance. Kyler Murray, 23 of 32, 214, 1 touchdown wasn't enough. Packers improved to 4-2, 34-13 at Lambeau. Colts and the Titans. This one was back and forth for a while, and I was pretty much like, there were like 5 or 6 games in the 1 o'clock slate, and this was the one that worried me. Like I said before, Tennessee is not a bad team. They're 1-4, but they're not. They've been competitive. Except for the game against the Packers, they've been competitive. They played the Jets well. They've been competitive, just can't get over the hump. Joe Flacco, 2 touchdown passes. The guy is ancient. He's like 90. He's still killing it. The old Joe Flacco that we used to know in Baltimore. Flacco, 22-38, 189, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Will Levis, I call him Levi's, like the jeans. 16-27, 95 yards. You need to get a quarterback. They need to get a quarterback, and they do miss Derrick Henry. Titans dropped to 1-4. Colts improved to 3-3, 20-17, the final in Nashville. Philly 20, Cleveland 16. Deshaun Watson at this point, they got to make a change. They can't convert on 3rd down. Right? It was all day yesterday. Cleveland made it the game. Philly did what they had to do to take care of business. It was tight. It was close. But the Eagles did what they had to do. Cleveland is now 1-5, and they got problems. They got to fix this. They got to make a change. This is not good. Watson 16-23, buck 68, no touchdowns, no picks. Hurts 16-25, 264, 2 touchdowns. Philly improves to 3-2. Cleveland drops to 1-5. 20-16 the final in Philadelphia. Houston, ho-hum, 41-21 over the Patriots. I think we all expected that one. Texans continue to roll. C.J. Stroud doing what he does. Texans are now 5-1. Drake May, his first start, didn't look good. Patriots dropped to 1-5. I don't remember the last time I saw New England so bad. I just don't remember it. It was a long, long time ago. The Patriots of the early 90s before Parcells got there. Let's take a look at some stats here. Stroud, 21 of 30, 192, 3 touchdowns. May, 20 of 33, 243, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Wasn't great, but wasn't bad either. And wasn't bad, but wasn't great either. Like I said, nothing really much to talk about here. Houston improves to 5-1. The Patriots dropped to 1-5, 41-21 the final in New England. Ravens 30, Redskins 23. Despite the loss, this kid Jaden Daniels, this is going to be a great matchup next week. Redskins and Bears, Daniels versus Caleb Williams, the 2 rookie quarterbacks. Baltimore needed another win. I knew this game was going to be competitive. Lamar versus the rookie, and it did not disappoint. Baltimore got out to a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. Washington came back, made it a 1-score game. It was competitive. It was high scoring. Derrick Henry doing what Derrick Henry does. It's good to see him playing well again. He had a monster game last night. Daniels, 24 of 35, 269, 2 touchdowns. Not bad. Jackson, 20 of 26, 323, 1 touchdown and a pick. Derrick Henry, 24 carries, 132 yards. Monster game for him. Ravens looking better after that slow start. They improved to 4-2. Washington drops to 4-2, still in first place in the NFC East. Chargers 23, Broncos 16. This game was 20-0 San Diego. I said San Diego, right? Broncos make a late rally, 16 points in the 4th quarter. But, Bo Nix is still a rookie. I mean, he has not played well. But the Broncos have their winning streak snapped. They had won 3 in a row. And they dropped to 3-3. Chargers improved to 3-2. They are second in the AFC West. Herbert, 21 of 34, 237. Nix, 19 of 33, 216. 2 touchdowns and the 1 interception. He got off to a slow start, Nix, but he ended up playing well in that 4th quarter with the 16 unanswered points. The final 23-16 in Denver. 32-13, Steelers go to Vegas and absolutely pound the shit out of the Raiders. Now, early in this game, the Raiders, I have a friend of mine at the bar, and a big Raider fan. And the Raiders were moving the ball early in this game. O'Connell had him moving. But Pittsburgh shows you why they're 4-2. Good defense. Fields made plays with his legs and his arm. Vegas is 2-4. Although they played better offensively early, just couldn't keep it together, keep it going. Pittsburgh moves to 4-2 on the year. Raiders dropped to 2-4 on the year. Fields, 14-24, $145. He had some nice runs though. Connell, 27 of 40, 227, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Najee Harris, the running back, 14 carries, 106 yards. He had a few nice runs in that game from getting a touchdown. For the Steelers, Pittsburgh improves to 4-2. Raiders drop to 2-4 in Las Vegas. Falcons taking care of business in Carolina, 38-20 the final. Atlanta improves to 4-2. Carolina 1-5. No surprise there. Andy Dalton starts again for the Panthers. Didn't really matter. Carolina tried to hang with them. Played well. Enough. No, there were points in that game I wasn't watching. I was following it. Cousins 19-30, 225. Dalton 26-38, 221, 2 interceptions and 2 touchdowns. Carolina, they're 1-5. I mean, if y'all thought Carolina would be better than 1-5, then I suggest you go to rehab or something like that. I suggest you do something with yourself. Atlanta, 4-2, first place in the NFC South, playing well. So 38-20 the final in Carolina. It's the last game because I already did the Sunday night game. Stephen A. Smith made a video yesterday after this disgraceful performance. How about them Cowboys? I had Detroit picked in this game, but I didn't think in my wildest dreams this would be. Detroit goes into Dallas, and it's not that the Lions won. I expected that. 47-9. You talk about an ass whooping. It wasn't just an ass whooping, it was an ass kicking and ass raping. And it was like Prescott bent over and they just gave it to him. The running game for the Lions, which I knew would make a difference in this game, made a huge difference on the ground. Goff made some beautiful throws, and the Cowboys just can't seem to get out of their own fucking way. Every Cowboy loss this year is self-inflicted. That's what the Cowboys do. They shoot themselves in the foot. They tease the shit out of their fans. Okay, this is why I would hate to be a Cowboys fan. Week 1 against the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland, they look like world champions, world beaters. Prescott looked great. I know it was against Cleveland, and everybody, the Cowboys this, Cowboys that. I knew this would happen. I knew something like that, and this isn't the first time this has happened. Remember that home loss to the Saints that got hammered, and the game against the Ravens at home, where they were getting hammered, but they made a late comeback to make that score a little respectable. But this, 47-9, 3 field goals. That's it. The Lions went in there and just gave them the Ivan Drago treatment, right? I mean, and every time Detroit scored, the worse it got, the bigger the smile on my face got. It was absolutely beautiful to watch. And I don't hate the Cowboys. I don't hate Dallas at all. But I have no sympathy for them. I'm a Jets fan. I have no sympathy for shit like this when it happens. 47-9 is the final. Goff, 18-25, 315, 3 touchdown. Prescott, 17 of 33. Buck 78, 2 interceptions. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Go talk to Stephen A. Smith. He will. I don't know what to say. 47-9 the final in Dallas. Cowboys drop to 3-3. Detroit moves to 4-1. First place, second place in the NFC North. I forgot Minnesota was off this week. So that's your NFL recap. So I ended up 13-1 because of the Jets, right? Again, got to clean up the penalties, man. You can't win a football game in the NFL with 13 penalties for 100 plus yards. You're not going to win You're not going to win games like that. Certainly not against the Buffalo Bills. Got to clean up the penalties, man. Got to clean up the penalties. So let's get on with the real quick. I switched my hat. Rangers off to a 2-1 start. How about them New York Mets? Just when you think they're dead, they lose game 1 in LA 9-0, get hammered, they come back today, and what is Lindor? The heart?
What the fuck is going on here?
The heartbeat of that team? What does he do? Right away, home run. Sets the tone. 1-0 Mets. And then Vientos, you say enough about this guy? He's been amazing. Grand slam, 5-run second inning, 6-0. In LA, against the best team in baseball. On the road. Mets making a statement. They tied the NLCS at 1 game apiece. Game 3, Wednesday night at Citi Field. And if you don't think that crowd is going to be nuts, right? And Sean Manaea looked good. Looked really good, actually. Right? Bullpen did what they had to do. Why is it every time Edwin Diaz has come into the game, I got to reach for the Milox? Puts the first 2 on. Right? Ohtani walks, whatever. But he takes care of business, gets the save. Game 3, Citi Field. Mets and Dodgers tied, and they're 3 wins away. Remember when they were 0-5? And they were 11 games below 500 at the end of May? You'd have told me they'd be 3 wins away from the World Series. I would have laughed at you. Now, getting down to that other team that people have seemed to forgot about because of this whole Met run. That's only the best team in the American League. Right? It's just the best team in the American League. Everyone has seemed to forgot about them. Our beloved New York Yankees, they take care of business in Kansas City. Garrett Cole, that's an ace. That's an ace. 7 sharp innings. Took care of, the only man who hit him was Tommy Pham. Took care of business against Kansas City. Game one tonight against Cleveland. Rodon, sharp. He had it going on. I mean, he just. I think it was 9 strikeouts or something, 10 strikeouts maybe. He looked good. That's right, people. Don't worry, I'm not going to play the whole song. Just a little intro. And the bats. Oh, the bats came alive. Soto with the home run. Stanton with that. That's all. Stanton with that absolute missile to make it 5-1. Bullpen gave up a run late. Holmes, I thought, looked good. Weaver had to come in and get him out of trouble. Gave a couple of base hits. Yankees take care of business game 1 against Cleveland. They lead 1-0. Game 2 tomorrow at Yankee Stadium. Garrett Cole going for the Yanks. So here we are, October 15th, I believe today is. And the Yankees and the Mets are both 3 wins away from the World Series. We could have a Subway Series for the first time in 24 years. I still can't wrap my head around it. Another Subway Series? I mean, it makes you forget about the stench that's coming out of MetLife Stadium with the Jets, right? And the Mets have been this welcome distraction. If you're a Jet fan, you sit there and you look at the Mets and the Yankees and you say, that's how it's done. So there you go. That is my NFL week 6 recap. A little baseball on the side. 13-1 my record for week 6. Not quite perfect, but I should be back in first place in my standings. Hopefully week 7 is even better. Wish you fine folks a very good night, and hopefully Jets go to Pittsburgh next week and we can handle business. Hopefully. Peace and love to all. Don't use drugs. Stay in school. Let's go Yankees. Take care, peeps. Bye.